it's a bit complex when you are a minister of energy than a minister of only oil and mineral resources. Because there are good news and there are bad news. The good news is that the resources or the energy cost is lower for the electricity sector. So you're enjoying that. And the bad news that your oil and gas revenues are dropping significantly.
As a matter of fact, from 2008 until 2014, there was 6 million barrel a day oversupply. All of them coming from non-OPEC supply. OPEC from 2008 until 2014, we produced 30 million barrel a day exactly every year.
I think the key would be whether this market will come to the true partnership, because in this kind of open world, no one can hide anything. And then if we, among the countries, whether producing, whether exporting, whether consuming countries, can share the information, then we will come to the equilibrium.
What we do is we really look at the world economy, how the world economy is behaving, how the demand is behaving from now until the end of, for instance, 2016. How demand is behaving, how supply is behaving, how non-OPEC supply is behaving. We give you scenarios. We give you scenarios. This scenario will do this scenario will do this. And then you, the minister, you choose the one that you think this is suitable.
We believe that unless we invest on the R&D, then we cannot find the new ways of doing business. And I think the investment, we understand that it is not impacting short term, but longer term, it's going to be very beneficial.
I will not come back on the volatility itself, on the reason of the volatility. I think many experts are able to explain you today why the price is low today. Honestly, they were totally unable to explain you that 1 year ago. So don't believe all the experts.
There's no doubt that we have entered an era of resource abundance. This is the new energy world, which is transforming markets.
If you look at the CVs of this panel, I think you'll see we've got close to 150 years total experience in industry, and I bring that up to say that it's probable we've been through 3, 4, 5 price cycles in our careers.
It's going to take collective and concerted effort to not only provide much more energy, but also to provide it with far fewer emissions.
Demography is destiny. In economics, it's the most powerful moving part. And the numbers will be what they will be, but it'll be greater. Put another way, will we have 2 billion more people in the next 30 years? I have no idea, but it'll be more.
I don't know where the price will stabilize or it does not stabilize. But as I'm sure is that we are all willing to continue to develop projects, to develop resources. It's a question of finding the right balance between the profits of we share the profits in the future between operators, service companies, and states.
Cost reduction, capital efficiencies, those are all priorities. But safety is a core value. So it's real simple. We just don't do it. If we can't do it safely, we just don't do it. So I can say with tremendous confidence, 100% absolute confidence, we're not doing anything to reduce costs that's going to sacrifice safety.
We have been so pleased, is the only way I can say it, with the young people that come into the company, and it's been fantastic. So I have kind of reshaped my thoughts about how vibrant a company we can have with young people.
When is it easier to make major changes in a company? When everyone is rich and happy? When people are afraid? When people are running, frightened, and believe me, us plumbers are frightened. When our clients are in a good mood, we're ecstatic.
For a while, the high energy prices were the relief valve, but the low energy prices mean that we have to not only push technology very hard and technological innovation, but also non-technological innovation. And this comes back a bit to the behavior and the broader collaboration agenda.
We
have a fundamental change in our industry and going through a turbulent times. And the question is how we will end and where we are going.
We talk about growth and energy needs. That's a common theme. We have to remember that what's underlying that is a significant number of people today lead their lives without energy. And over time, they want the same things we all have. And that means more energy for more people.
What is really important is to have a long-term strategic view and support development of new energy source with patience.
Low prices are nothing new for this industry. I think many of us here in this room have lived through similar cycles like this in the past. But this time we do expect prices to stay lower for longer.
If asked to highlight one major change in energy demand towards 2030, 2040 and beyond that may most fundamentally impact our industry, I would highlight the transition to a low carbon energy future.
When we think about the pathway to affordable energy, we summarize it like this. It's about get connected, it's about getting insights, it's about getting optimized. That's digital technology, processes, and expertise closer to you. This isn't just a future talk. These solutions are real and in use today, and we look forward to partnering with you.
How do you see the cycle different from previous cycles and how it is impacting different business?
We're convinced oil and gas are going to remain an important part of energy's future. And the other thing is partnerships. This is not about doing it by yourself. This is about collaborating and doing it together, partnerships with national oil companies and places like here in Abu Dhabi where we have great relationships, and working together to supply energy for the future.
The risk is that if we choke off the investment, then we will just go back into another cycle again. So we never really learn from previous history, but of course there's a lot of rational behavior going on to cut back on investment because companies and countries have to constrain their expenditure during this time.
What the actual pathway to an affordable energy future will look like, we don't know. It's quite uncertain, if we're looking out 20, 30, 40 years. What we are fairly confident about, though, is that oil and gas will continue to play a very important role. And then we believe that we're up to the challenge in terms of continuing to provide more fossil fuel-based energy to the world, but in a way that also takes into account climate change and the need to provide that energy with less carbon.
In the course of the next 3 years, you're going to be seeing more products and more technology than you've seen from us in the course of the last 3 years. And that's staying committed through cycles.
We just would like to look for all the best mixes of existing traditional energy sources and also some challenges for the new energy sources which is suitable for our future lifestyle.